Hold up. Wait. Hold up. Stop the press. Hold up. What did I wait? Let me take a drink. Wait a minute. Hold up. What just happened? I just got back from working out, exercising. What's going on? What's going on, everybody? This is BucosLocker. Subscribe to the channel. Like the channel. Hold up, wait a minute. Y'all thought I was finished? Y'all thought that's my wait a minute. I just got home. I get a text and I check Twitter and what just wait a minute. What? The locker room is open, by the way. We are in the locker room. The locker room, I dusted off everything. The locker room is open. We got things to talk about tonight. What in the world's just happened? We were just talking about Deshaun Watson coming to the Bucs, or hopefully we get Deshaun Watson. And then all of a sudden, Tom Brady says, "Oh, I'm coming back after 40 days." I don't know how to take this. What in the world is this about? Does anybody have any idea? Like what? I mean, is he coming back for 1 year? Is he coming back for 2 years? We need something. We don't need to be in the bubble. We were just about to trade for Deshaun Watson, possibly. I mean, was Brady jealous? Like what? I mean, like what? I don't even know what the ticket is. I really don't know what the ticket is. I really don't. I'm not finna jump the gun and be like, start just throwing stuff out there. But this is a shock. This is a total shock for real. Nobody's seen this coming. Let's not act like that. Nobody's seen this coming. That man was over at Manchester United watching football. I mean, come on now. I really don't know. Well, we don't need Watson. Yeah, exactly. We don't need Watson anymore. But the question is, though, how long is he back for? I want to see the details. I want to understand how long is he back for. I want to know. I want to know how long is he back? That's what I want to know. I'm very curious. So, I'm just confused. Like, I mean, so he went over to talk to the Glazers about this? That's what it looked like. So is this like that was the reason why he was over there? So nobody thought this was coming. People thought he was going to San Francisco. I thought he was retired, most likely, So does that mean everybody comes back? Do we have the money to bring everybody back? How does the contract work? Because what it was like, $32 million a cap hit or something, and they had to June 1st post retirement, reserve retirement list. Hopefully, did the Bucs beg him to come back? Did he go talk to the Glazers and I don't know. Haitian boy 407, thank you for the $2 super chat. Don't be shocked if Ali Marpet comes back. I ain't speculating nothing. I'm not gonna sit here and jump on that train. If he comes back, cool. If he not, they got to beef up the O-line now. Because remember, Brady coming back, he counts as counts against the cap now. I'm just saying. Like, look, nobody saw this coming. Let's not act like, oh, I was right. Let's not do that. That looks weird now when you start talking about, oh, ha ha ha, you look stupid. Like, we're not doing that. No, I thought he was retired. I said he could come back, or you know what I'm saying, but I thought he was gonna stay retired. I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't see this coming. I thought he was gonna stay retired, and half of y'all did too. So you know all this ha 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 stuff that ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna get you nowhere. That ain't gonna get you nowhere on this channel. I mean, let's be honest. Like, I had no idea he was coming back. I wasn't even thinking about it. I was thinking about Deshaun Watson, just like the rest of y'all. So let's not act like you were thinking about Tom Brady. You was thinking about Deshaun Watson, right? So what does that mean for the Bucs roster? A lot of free agents. Do you bring everybody back and try it again for the third straight year, or do you change up some things? Do you bring Jansen, try to get Marpet to come from unretire and bring back Kappa? Do we bring back Fournette? Do we bring back Gronkowski? Do we bring back the same exact team? I don't know. Was this because the Bucs are on Watson's list, right? There's a lot of questions here, like with the roster. That's a lot of free agents. And I think we understand at least that we can't bring everybody back. I mean, is that possible? Do we bring everybody back? Is that possible? Probably should switch it up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? You probably should switch it up. In my opinion. It's just my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Like, you tried twice, you got a Super Bowl out of it. Then the second time, you took a step back. Obviously, you know, you made it to the playoffs, but you took a step back, you know. And we could do the woulda, coulda, shouldas. Oh, the Bucks could have beat the Rams if Todd Bowles, you know, but you can't go back and change that. That's a step backwards. Now, if we would have won the Super Bowl this year or, you know, last season, does he stay retired? Does he go out into the? I think. Does he want to go back? Does he want to leave on a higher note? Does he want to? Does he want to leave on a Super Bowl note? Is this one more year? Is this one more run? Is this a goodbye tour? Because remember, he didn't want to do that. It's not like he had a bad season. He had a really great season. 13 games, NFC South champions. You see that schedule, right? It doesn't now. That doesn't not now. The wins stated now. The wins go from 7 to 9 wins back up to 11 to 13. I'm gonna stand right in that pocket right there. With this team, it's about 11 to 13 wins with Tom Brady. Now, depends on the pieces and everything like that. Yeah, I get it, but the ceiling is 13 wins. You know, the floor is 11. We kind of know what the team is. You know, after a couple years now, you kind of know what you got. About 11 to 13 wins, up in there somewhere. Now, you know, just like last year, 17 and 0 and 16 and 1. Let's not do that. Not with this schedule. Even with Tom Brady, you're going to lose some games. Let's not act like we're going undefeated. We're going 20 and 0. You did that last season, and for those of you that did that, you don't look so smart. You don't look so smart saying that. So remember, one of my hashtags is stay humble. Be happy, but be humble at the same time. This is not a 17 and 0 team. Y'all know that. Are we going to the playoffs? Of course. Playoff team, of course. Because I had the Bucs maxed at 9 wins with Blaine Gabbert or Kyle Trask. And the floor was 6-7 wins. But with Tom Brady, the floor is 11 wins and the ceiling is 13. And the schedule is harder than last year. And we won 13 games last year with a second place schedule. Think about that. We won 13 games with a second place schedule. Easy schedule. 8-0 against bad teams. Teams with the rookie quarterback, major flaws, rookie head coach. Because if you go back and look at the schedule, the teams that were competent, the Bucs in the regular season went 5-4. Now I'm gonna repeat, for this coming season, the schedule is much harder than last season. We won 13 games with a quite easy schedule. This schedule is very difficult, even the fact that we're getting Brady back. Let's not lose sight of that. Let's be a little bit more realistic here. 11-13 wins, right in that pocket. If you say 17-0, you're on your own on that one. But the Bucs got some work to do. Let's not act like it's all good and dandy. The Bucs got some work to do with that roster. Went through to patch up the holes on both sides. Brady unretired. That's that. Let's focus on free agency and the draft. Defense, Jason. There you go, folks. Let's not get now happy. Brady's back. Tom terrific. Is he going to bring his super friends back? Is he going to call some more super friends? Is he going to because we had let's look at it from a Marvel standpoint, right? The old Avengers, right? Now, is he going to go with the new Avengers? Is he going to make some phone calls and dial in some more super friends? You know what? Y'all know how to win. I can win with the Bucs team that's as currently constructed. Or do he make some calls for the super friends? Because he got a whole list of super friends he can call. Or does he trust the Bucs team as currently designed with all the Bucs draft picks from the last couple years? Got more experience of winning 2 straight years. The draft coming up. Or does he call 4 or 5 more starters from somebody else? The Bucs. Do we go back to being a loaded roster now? Or do we add 5 more starters from other teams? Do we add a third receiver like Jarvis Landry, Kristen Kirk, guys that were built somewhere else? Or do we stick with Godwin and Evans and Tyler Johnson and Scotty Tuhati, Cameron Brate? Right? Does he make a call for some interior linemen for some other teams that was drafted by somebody else that was developed? Or do we stick with Aaron Stinney and try to get Marpet to come back and Kappa, or Jensen? Does he call Leonard Fournette and say, "Hey, come on back, we need you"? Because Ronald Jones ain't coming back, a Bucs draft pick, all right? Or do we draft a running back, third down back, right? Or do we make a call for Tariq Cohen, somebody else that's from another team that was built from another team? Or do we rely on Keyshawn Vaughn, somebody else was drafted? See, there's a lot of questions with Tom Brady coming back with the roster. Even though he's coming back, that does not guarantee a Super Bowl. Do you understand how this works? Now, y'all know me, and my theory is build the trenches. Even with Brady coming back, I don't want to hear that. Build the trenches. I'm gonna keep saying it, man. He ain't coming back just to go to the playoffs. Y'all do realize that, right? So you know what I'm about to do, right? Hashtag Super Bowl bus. It is what it is. We back on that train now. Yep. It is what it is, folks. I mean, he ain't coming back just to say, yeah, I'm back. We're talking about one of the GOATs. One of the greatest players in the NFL. Keyword, players. One of the greatest players of all time. That's right. I said it plural, players, because there's a lot of great players in the NFL going back to the 50s. You can't discount them. He's one of the GOATs. He's up there, top 10 all time. Now, yeah, I'm talking, accomplishments, and I get that. He's one of the top players. We could just take the accomplishments out. Let's just talk about the player himself. Let's just look at from a player standpoint, one of the top players of all time in the NFL. And then, of course, if you add in the accolades and all that, yeah. But players, like talking about just a player, mental, physical, emotional, one of the top players of all time. I don't think he's coming back to be like, yeah, I just want to come back and shoot the sugar honey iced tea. What's up, Mom for Christ? So we back on the Super Bowl bus train. Y'all do realize that, right? I don't want to hear no excuses. We got Tom Brady now. Back to Super Bowl bus. Right? Or am I being over dramatic, or am I expecting too much by saying Super Bowl bus? Am I wrong for saying that? I didn't say it last year. This past year, I didn't say it because I was like, we good, we straight. We got a Super Bowl in 2020. And then 2021 was like, all right, well, cool. I wouldn't be tripping if we don't get the Super Bowl. Well, we good. But now Tom Brady retired, and then 40 days later, he's back. So the expectations is skyrocket even past last year. Anything less than a Super Bowl is a wash, right? Anything less than a Super Bowl is a wasted season. Because the thought process is you're taking a lemon and you're squeezing all the juice out. You're squeezing as much as juice you can get out of Tom Brady. Now, don't get me wrong, from a realistic standpoint, good. That's good for the Bucs, but it is dangerous. Because it can go bad. Now, everything is not going to be perfect this season. It can go bad. Trying to squeeze as much as juice as you can. And I did say this. When Tom Brady got signed in 2020, I said a 2 or 3 year situation with the roster. Well, here we are, year 3. So, 2 years or 3 years, it was like that's what it was. So now we get in the 3rd year. So we pretty much right where I said we was going to be with Tom Brady. Now I thought, he retired, 2 years. Okay, cool. But to me, from a football perspective, I think this is the last juice, because the NFL develops and evolves and moves on, right? And as you've seen this past season, even with 13 wins, you didn't get to the Super Bowl. You see them young quarterbacks in the AFC, right? You see what the Rams did. The Rams ain't going nowhere. You see the schedule, right? So let's not get tunnel vision about one player, because the team itself still need to tighten up. The key word, the team currently constructed needs to be some fresh oil, some juice. Y'all know that too. To me, in my opinion, the Bucs don't win the Super Bowl bringing everybody back. In my opinion, won't work. We've seen it for 2 years. You saw the decline in some areas. You saw where the areas were weak. We got by it in 2020, snuck up on some people. 2021, you saw the holes during the season, and we got by offensively and defensive. They had their good games and stuff like that. But when it came to the really, really good games, the Bucs were 0-4. Or the teams that had a competent coach. I'm sorry, the teams that had a competent coach, competent roster, solid defense, the Bucs were 5-4. We scraped by the Colts and we scraped by the Bills. Both games, the defense didn't look good, and we scraped by the Bills and the Colts. Offensively, the Bucs were fine. Defensively is where the Bucs struggled at. I'm gonna repeat: the Bucs went 5-4 against teams with a competent coach, a competent roster, with solid defense. Offensively, the Bucs, we straight. Maybe the Bucs can get a third receiver. Offensively, gonna be fine. Defense is the concern. There's so many variables to look at when it comes to Tom Brady coming back. Chris Godwin most likely won't be ready week 1. Let's just, let's be on the safe side. And looking for a contract extension. So if you think Chris Godwin's going to be ready for week 1, kudos to you. I'm there with you, but I'm not going to agree with that. I don't think he's ready week 1. So do the Bucs draft a receiver? Do they sign a receiver? On the safe side, let's just say he missed the first 6 to 8 weeks. Because you don't want to rush the man back from an ACL, right? Are we thinking about the player, or are we thinking about Tom Brady? See the difference? I want Chris Godwin back healthy. As healthy as he can be. I'm thinking of the safety of Chris Godwin. I'm not thinking about an individual and what he's trying to accomplish. I love Chris Godwin, great young player, and I want to see him get healthy. I want him to come back at 100%. I don't want him to rush back for week 1 because of one guy come back. That's not how it works. And I don't even think Brady will want that from Chris Godwin. So expect for him to come back at week 7, 6, 7, 8, activate off the PUP, right? Let's just go ahead and just put it out there. Now, if he comes back for week 1, that's a dangerous game because he got hurt so late in the season. Granted, the medical, side of things have gotten so much more advanced, but it's still an ACL injury. And having an ACL injury, you don't come back to full strength your first year coming back, because now Chris Godwin's change of direction won't be the same for right now. It usually takes 2 years for you to completely recover from an ACL. Now, granted, you can still play good, but it takes about 2 years for you to fully come back. Because he got hurt late in the season, and ACLs 8 months, 8 to 12 months, up in that range. So we have to be careful with Chris Godwin. Brady's back. That's great, but think about the team. Because would you rather have Chris Godwin healthy at week 8 or 80% in week 1? I'm just throwing it out there. And look, I'm just throwing it out. I'm just thinking of the safety of Chris Godwin. Do you want a semi-healthy Chris Godwin, or do you want a healthy Chris Godwin? Which one is it? We got to rush Chris Godwin back because Tom Brady back. So let's get him back. Hurry for week 1. I don't want to see Chris Godwin get hurt again. So, but this is some of the variables with Brady coming back, and there's so much to talk about, and we'll talk about this moving forward. But I came into the locker room because I want to hear what you guys say. I want to hear what you guys say, what you guys think about the return of Tom Brady. The locker room is open. I'm about to drop the link. We at about the 30-minute mark, about 25 minutes, and about an hour. I tend to shut the locker room down. So we got about 30 minutes to play with this. I'm not trying to do a 2-hour video. Not right now. We could talk about this a lot more, but I just wanted to drop an initial video with the announcement of Tom Brady coming back after 40 days of being unretired. And please, folks, I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all want to, have something to say. So be mindful of other people that want to talk too. So I'm going to try not to hold people in for a long time because we got about 30 minutes. I got things to do. So let's try to, keep this reasonably, because there's other people that want to come in. So if I bring you into the locker room and somebody else is waiting, I'm going to try to bring that person in too. And I'm going to try to get this rolling. And trust me, folks, the locker room will be open more and more this week. We'll talk multiple times, free agency, you know what I'm saying? So we have a lot to talk about. Trust me, this won't be the only time the locker room is open. The locker room will be open multiple times this week. So if you don't get in today or tonight, you got tomorrow, you got Tuesday, you got Wednesday. So trust me, it's okay. So let me drop the link. I'm gonna drop this link and see what y'all gonna do, man. Like what we doing here? What y'all thoughts on the announcement? All right, the link is open. The link is in the chat room. That's what y'all got to say about this, because this is crazy. I did not see this coming. Oh, okay. Yeah, we got the first one in. Okay. What's up, man? What's going on, Tab?
Hey, what's going on, man? Glad to have you back.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's crazy. Let's get to it. Hurry. Let's go. Come on.
All right, cool. I'll say this. I must be the one fan that think it's totally foolish for them to beg a 45-year-old quarterback to come back. I will still go after Deshaun Watson and trade Brady to the 49ers if he wants to go there. I know people are thinking Super Bowl. Y'all going to have to think of I'm sorry. You're going to have to consider Brady might not be as good this year because he is older. And you bring in and remember when he came after the Super Bowl, some of these guys took cheap deals. Now things have changed. Fournette, this is going to be his last contract. He might take the money. Jensen, this is his last deal. He ain't coming back to just help Brady win the Super Bowl. He got to make his money. Carlton Davis, he going to make $16, $17 million. How is he going to take less in a hopes of winning a Super Bowl? They already got their ring. I just want everybody to have that temper their expectations. There'll be a playoff team. Super Bowl, that is hard to say because they didn't get there last year. And you got to remember also, when's Chris Godwin coming back? That's Brady's favorite receiver. There's no AB on the roster. And then at secondary, what you going to do when Carlton Davis leaves? I just think there's more questions about this team that a quarterback away ain't going to fix. And then when Brady retires after this season, what are you going to do then? And I just think that there's an opportunity to go get this young quarterback who's a Pro Bowler, if you have a shot at him, instead of just trying to hope and pray we get one more squeeze out of a soon-to-be 45-year-old quarterback. But I don't blame the Bucs for leaving the light on for him if he wants to come back, though.
Okay. That's some strong words there, man. It's a lot of questions and a lot of people talking. I'm looking at my phone right now. It's crazy right now. And we're gonna talk more about this week, man. I appreciate you coming. I just kind of want to keep it moving. But there's a lot of stuff to talk about, man. But I hear what you're saying, and I'm just listening. I just want to hear what you guys say. I'm not gonna really respond to a lot of y'all stuff because I just want y'all to get in and speak. So I appreciate you coming on, Tab. We'll talk some more this week, man. So get ready for the locker room, man.
Hey, take it easy. Roll Tide. Peace.
What's up, Big Buck? I see you, Tommy.
Hey, just to piggyback off what he said, I'm in agreement with everything he just said. I also think you need to take into consideration now the Bucks have a first place schedule, and that you didn't catch no breaks. Now I'll take that back. You do got a couple of breaks because you do have Kansas City, the Rams, and Cincinnati at home, if I'm not mistaken. You do have those games at home,
Hard
so you
schedule.
caught a break. Yeah, it's his first place schedule, so that's going to say a lot. But my concern is always the last 3 years, can we fix the trenches? Because, like I said, as of right now, you have no interior lineman, you have no guard and no center. So just because one player comes back doesn't mean Ryan Jensen's gonna be like, oh, well, I'm gonna try to help Brady get his 8th ring. But like you said, the reports are saying he's seeking a deal just like that center that signed with Kansas City last year. He's seeking another big payday. So you can't blame Jensen if they throw the bag at him. As well as Alex Kappa, he's young and he's trying to get paid. And my other thing is we're really going to see. I mean, I think the offense is okay, but when you had the little times that you did have Antonio Brown, that was a luxury. But I think that's going to allow secondaries of our opponent to dictate the coverage now. Because, I mean, I'm going to just be honest with you. I thought Antonio Brown was the most explosive receiver, and he could run the whole route tree with the Bucks on that offense. I mean,
Right.
even at 33, he was the most explosive and the fastest, in my opinion. So I just think, like I said, we basically looked our aged a little bit last year, like the back end of the season, particularly on the D line. So, now addressing that the last year and a half is going to really show. I hope that's really going to show if they don't address it now. So, I mean, I think it's good that they left the door open for Brady to come, but I mean, he played at a high level, but the only thing that scared me is that I hope Father Time don't creep in this year if this is his last year. I really hope that doesn't happen.
Right.
So just be aware of that. But one man coming back is it's not fixing a lot of holes. Like, I do think a lot of players are going to choose the money over trying to win. Now they already got one ring. Hey, I got that in my rookie contract. It's time for me to get paid. So that's my 2 cents I got for you, man.
Appreciate it, Big Bucks. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot of it to digest right now, and I literally want to hear what you guys think about this because I can sit here and talk for 2 hours, 3 hours, but I don't want to do that. I really want to hear from the powers and C bandits about this because it surprised a lot of us. Because a lot of us wasn't. I'll be honest. I mean, we were talking about Deshaun Watson about 2 hours ago. Let's be real.
I was trying to convince folks we didn't have the assets to go get him. Like, I was with you. What are we gonna give up? Russell Wilson went for 7 players. Deshaun at least gonna be 10. So, but that's a whole nother conversation. I ain't gonna hold you up. I know you probably have a lot of people in the locker room. So that's my 2 cents again. Go Noles.
Yeah, okay, y'all, these people doing this here. All right, Tommy, what you got, man? Appreciate
Isaiah, how we doing? Yeah,
what you got,
were
man?
saying about Chris Scott, I think realistically he's not gonna be ready till like week 7, week 8. Now here's a guy from Atlanta, Patterson. Is he gonna cost too much for us? I would like to get him. If he probably, I don't know what do we have the money to get him?
So hold on. So Greg Allman said Brady deferred a $15 million roster bonus that was due to him last month before he retired. That will be paid now with him back. That complicates the Bucks tight salary cap situation. People don't see the money is what people not really looking at. Looking at the player, but they're not looking at now. You got to pay Brady now because he's back on the roster. Now, or he can extend another year, kicking the can down the road, and we'll be back in this situation again next year. The same exact situation. So yeah, we're gonna see. We're gonna see.
Yeah, that's a guy I'd like to get. He can do it all, and I don't want to hold you up. So what?
No, I give you a couple minutes. I mean, I gave everybody else about 2 or 3 minutes. I mean,
okay. Yeah, you probably got a long. Who do we need? Who do you want us to draft? We draft a receiver, like 2nd round, and maybe take an O-line, D-line, our 1st round pick.
My thoughts is D-line. 1st round. Period.
Okay, that's what I'm thinking.
Second round O-line. 2nd round O-line. Period.
D-line, O-line. Okay. So do you think we'll get a receiver in free agency? Because
we can grab one of those guys. You know, there's a couple guys that I'm pretty sure would take a prove it deal. You know,
like who? Who's
you got Landry. You know, Landry's looking to play. You know, Landry want to win. Kristen Kurt. You know, if the market doesn't really plan out for those two guys, I mean, you can look at them. I mean, you can probably look at Emmanuel Sanders, probably maybe if he's available, a veteran guy that can run some routes. There's a couple other guys out there too. I mean, you know, if the market doesn't treat them right, I mean, I'm pretty sure they wouldn't mind coming here for a year, but then we'll be back again in the situation next year.
That's where we not want to go.
You know, so
obviously that's not where we want to go. So, okay, yeah, you probably got a lot of people to get in. So, good seeing you, man, and we'll see what happens this free agents this week. It's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, but the locker room gonna be open. It's gonna be lit this week. The locker room.
Okay, all right, man.
Thank you, Tommy.
Good seeing you.
WD for life. That's who that for life. Thank you for the super chat. It's good to see other fans coming here and show some love too. I appreciate it. I speak on behalf of Cam Jordan and Marcus Davenport. I'm ecstatic for the return of Tom Brady. How do you like how Loomis working them numbers like that? Look, man. Look, it is what it is. All right, I hear you. I can't even argue with you. I really can't. I really can't argue with you about the Saints. They do own the Bucs. I mean, as of right now, things can change this season. We can't beat y'all twice this season, so let's not act like y'all just not beatable. But y'all have proven that you guys and the Rams are the only two teams that Brady seems to not figure out. And because y'all have the pieces to deal with Brady, not too many teams have this. The Saints are still a problem, regardless of what people say. Loomis can work the numbers, and it's really Kent Harley or Kyrie Harley, the guy that's the cap guy. It's really not Loomis, it's Harley, a future GM, by the way. He's the one working the numbers. And y'all do a hell of a job of kicking the can down the road. And it's not, the people think about it like this. It's not just kicking the can down the road, but you're doing it for your core players, if that makes sense, right? It's not like you're doing it for old guys. You're doing it for Lattimore, Kamara, Ramczyk, Unyamata. Like, you're doing it for the core guys. So that's fine. You can do that with the young guys. Not doing it for Cam Jordan. It's an old guy. Malcolm Jenkins, that's an old guy. But as a unit, you guys are top 5 as a defense. Now, offensively, y'all got some question marks. Now, y'all might get Deshaun Watson. If y'all do, who is he gonna throw the ball to? Because then you'll be right back in the situation y'all was in last year with no weapons. You gave up a lot of picks. You ain't got no weapons. Or do you sign Winston to a cheaper deal and keep your picks and sign some receivers and draft receivers? That might be y'all best bet if you want to compete offensively. But if you trade for Deshaun Watson from a football perspective, you ain't got nobody to throw him to throw the ball to. You can sign Jimmy G, trade for him. You give up less if you trade for Jimmy G. You can always keep Taysom Hill. But defensively, y'all still a problem. I will give you props on that. It's still a problem. And the Bucs got to deal with y'all. The Bucs have to deal with it. It is what it is with that. I got those 2 games circled. Thank you for the super chat. I got those 2 games circled. I got the Rams game circled, the Bengals game circled, Cowboys game, the Cardinals game. Look, folks, this ain't no walk in the park. Like, if you think the Bucs going 7, look, let me put him on blast for a second. I've been checking this guy out. He's been saying some slick stuff. See, folks, this is what I'm concerned about. Do not get caught up in this. You did it last year, and what happened? Every time the Bucs lost, you made an excuse. Do not be this fan. Be a realistic fan. And I got to put him on blast because he's been saying some slick stuff, or whoever this is, her, him, been saying some slick stuff, and I tend not to give people no spotlight, trolls and stuff like that. But I just want to put him as an example in 2022. Do not be this guy. Do not be this fan. because sometimes I'm gonna put you on blast. Because I'm gonna start checking the chat room a little bit more. And when I see stuff like this, I'm going to put you on blast so everybody can see some of the ridiculous stuff I'll be reading. So be careful. Do not be this fan. Oh, here we go. Oh boy.
How you doing, sir? How you doing, sir?
Here we go. Let's hear it. Oh boy. Here we go.
No, man. I ain't.
Yeah, I know how you feel, man. Like, I already look. You one of my favorite guys, man. Like,
Yeah.
You keep. I gotta hear this, man.
Man, this what Bill Belichick was trying to prevent right here. Being held hostage, man. We being held hostage. We got stuck up, and now look at us, caught with the bag in our hand. Now we don't know what they're gonna do. Now this change that maybe they knew as an organization. He was maybe in contact with them and talking to them about the fans. Now we gotta retrain our mind, like who we gonna get for his draft and free agency. Now, like you just said, we gotta pay him now. So now I was all in on Deshaun Watson. I was willing to trade everybody but maybe Vita, Levante, and Mike. At the point I was, coming around to getting Watson, man. But now we back to what they say, robbing Peter to pay Paul at this point. But I think this was the year. This was the year to start the rebuild or the retooling, because we got such a hard schedule. If we was gonna go with Trask, we can get a decent pick, maybe get in position and get a, if Trask wasn't the guy, then we draft a better quarterback or honestly, I just was hoping maybe we could go maybe like 79, finish, sub 500 or right at 500. Just be competitive. And I always say it ain't about losing; it's about how you lose. Just be competitive all year, man. And now we got Brady, and BA trying to miss no risk it and biscuit in New England, man. I don't want to see this crap no more, man. I'm done. I'm tired. I was hoping BA would have got dang on get up out of there. Let Leftwich take over. Maybe put a spin on the offense, man, or something. Or this, man. We come back for 1 year? What, man? This is ridiculous. This is stupid, man. Everybody up in arms, posting their jerseys, and man, come on, man. A year? Come on, man.
Like I don't know. I gotta hear it. I gotta hear from, like, is this the last ride? Is it a 2 year? Like, you come back for 2 years? You come back for 3 years? Like, because if it's 1 year, we'll be right back in the same situation we in this year.
The same thing, man. Losing this player, losing that player, man.
Like, I just gotta hear from him. Like, is it one or look? If it's like a 2 or 3 years, all right, cool. You know what I'm saying? But another year, that's it. Like, dude, you can't do this, man. You got to give us 3 more years, man. Come on, man.
Right. And then and hopefully, once again, Kyle Trask come back. We'll be able to be a backup, not sitting at home with us. He need to be on that field, in the trenches learning.
This is why that Kyle Trask pick was ridiculous.
Yeah,
you're trying to win now. Why would you pick this dude?
So what happened? What should have happened? They should have jumped KC and took that center.
Creed Humphrey. They
should have jumped him, and took that center. Even if Brady would have came back or didn't come back, Creed Humphrey should have been our center this year coming up and let Jensen go on about his business and get his money. Now we hoping, is he gonna take a pay cut? Man, what? No.
We got to pay Tom. Y'all do realize that, right? We got to pay him, folks.
Look like we getting ready to let Carlton Davis go. I mean, I don't know.
People don't realize the cap is tight now.
It's tight. It's tighter. It's tight. We was banking on having that money for Tom and Grump, and You know,
Because
Gronk
think about
probably,
it. If you bring Tom coming back, right?
Right.
That means if you bring Gronkowski back, what
Right.
$8-9 million? You're already tight.
Oh man, I'm getting
Now you can kick the can down the road. Donovan Smith, Mike Evans, extend Chris Godwin, extend Devin White. I mean,
kicking it. I mean,
extend Levante David.
White coming up, right?
Yeah, he coming up. They picked this 5th-year option up, but if you extend him, you free up a lot of money for 2023.
Yeah. So we will see, man. I ain't gonna hold you up. But I one last thing. When you see Trill G Boy 2, that's me.
Okay.
When I'm posting on or answering that's
Okay.
me. Yeah.
I got you.
So hey man, y'all boys take it easy, man. Like the rest of the guys, go Canes.
Oh, Jesus Christ. What is wrong with y'all, man? Like, wait a minute. Come, WG. Hey, come back in, WG. I see you, man. I didn't mean to kick you out. Yeah. But yeah, folks, are we going to be back in the situation next year? Because, like, are we, what is this? Like, is this 2 years? And like, give us 2 more years or 3 so we won't have to be worried. You know what I'm saying? Because if this is the last hoorah, man, it's a Super Bowl or bust. Let me backtrack a little bit. If this is a 1-year return, I'm going to say Super Bowl or bust. Now, if he gives us 2-3 more years, then I'm cool with that. So. Oh, what up, you wish? Let me bring one of my shooters in here. I like to sit one of my shooters. Hold on 1 second. Let me bring. Who is this guy? Is this knucklehead? Yes. Who are you?
Yeah, bro. You just straight called me out about the.
Yeah, who? No, wait. No, don't do that. You on my platform. Who are you?
Bro, I've been subscribed to you a long time, man.
But who are you? I asked you a question.
On YouTube?
No,
Bucks, bro.
No, I'm saying I never seen you before. Bucks, that's not a name. That's not a common name, man. That's I've never seen you before.
I'm using for my YouTube name, bro.
I've never seen you before in the locker room or in the chat room.
What do you mean? You just called me out on YouTube chat room.
I've done over 100 videos. I've never seen you make comments and.
Well, beforehand, man, I had a different YouTube, and then I switched it up to this one.
Okay, so.
But I've been subscribed to you for like 3 seasons, bro. I've watched like all your live streams and shit.
Okay, so what's the issue?
Bro, the thing is, man, like, not Tom Brady, he coming back. I mean, we just gotta, like, that's good and all. We got the offense to do something, but the defense, that's the main issue, is the D line, man. We can't keep sending linebackers in constantly, and then no pass protection, nothing like that, man. We can't keep sending linebackers in. The D line's just not even doing. They create no pressure by themselves. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, we're not gonna, especially against these star QBs that we're gonna be facing next year, like Joe Burrow, Lamar. Like, we have to get pressure up the middle first, or we're not gonna do anything, and they're just gonna throw up points on us all day.
Mm-hmm.
That's the main problem with our team right now. The offense is good as long as we can keep Fournette and Gronk. Everything else is fine. Like, we have pretty much everything we need on offense to do.
So let me get this correct. Let me make sure I'm talking to the right person. Was this you, the one that was saying 17-0?
Yeah, I was just messing around, bro.
Oh, just making sure, because I was gonna get you.
Yeah, 17-0, bro. Listen,
I was gonna get you real good.
it ain't prime Tom Brady we're talking about here.
Don't do that, Isaiah. Don't do it like that.
That's I let him. I wanted to make sure. Like, do you understand where you at? Because we're not gonna do this feeling stuff. We're gonna keep it factual. And I was gonna get you real good. You was gonna be the first one. You was gonna be the first one in 2022.
I seen Tom Brady. I seen what we can do. I seen all that, man.
Well, I didn't overreact. I just wanted to make sure before I even go in. I wanted to make sure this was you, because
that's me, bro. I was just messing around.
And you clarified yourself on this platform, because that's not what we do here.
Yeah.
Just had to come. Make it right, bro. I was just messing around.
No, just
there
making
ain't
sure.
no way we gonna say
I was just making sure. Well, let me let one of my shooters. Let me go ahead. What you got to say?
All right, so I really just found out. I was writing all day, and this is a really surprise. I really thought he was done. So I was told, and this is just a quick rumor. I don't know. You know, throw me the facts here, but apparently there were some players that were wanting to leave the franchise, and then he got motivated to come back to bring those players back. Is that what's going on?
You know, and I would not be surprised if it's the thing about it is the money situation. Like people, like I get it, we're all hyped up and we excited, but we're looking at the surface level. You know, we're looking at the player. He's back. Oh, that means we get Gronk back and Fournette back. That's not how this works. The money is still an issue. Now it's even more of an issue unless they extend, restructure, you know, kick the can down the road, some contracts down the road. You know, I named several guys. They can do that. But
I think Vita, they already reconstruct, which is good.
Right,
I think that opened like $7 million.
Yeah, they can do Devin White. They can extend him, you know, because they picked up his 5th-year option. But if you extend him, you free up money. You can extend Chris Godwin.
Right.
You can extend Levante David. You can extend Shaq Barrett. You can, you can change that contract up a little bit. You know, front load the money, whatever. But the money is still an issue, whether it's this year or next year. So, like, it goes back to what I was saying is, is this a 1-year thing? Like, I'm very curious.
And it's the last year of his contract, right?
Right. You know, this is the last year. So is he gonna? Because if they extend Tom Brady, you free up money. That means if he adds another void year, or another year, whatever, for the franchise, like he did with his 3rd year. Because remember, the original deal was 2 years.
Yeah, that's true.
He added a 3rd year. You know what I'm saying?
To free up space.
Now, does he do it again now that he's coming back? Which means we'll be back in the same situation next offseason, running around with our head cut off. Like, who's the quarterback?
Yeah. And okay, so and I also think there's other factors that motivate his ass to, you know, excuse my language, to come back. But I think he got bored fast. I mean, he was just over there at Manchester United.
I think he was talking to the Glazers.
So the Glazers do own Manchester United.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so this was like, come see the team.
He went to the top.
Ronaldo was there. Ronaldo is he's actually a veteran in the soccer league. So
right.
He probably talked to him. Like,
he asked him. He asked him on the field, "Are you done?" And Brady was like, "Maybe, I don't know." And then next thing you know, he's back. You know, so I literally think he went over there to talk to the Glazers, and the Glazers talked to him. Because why would he? You going over there for Tom? Like, what we doing here? Like, you over there?
Is it really for Ronaldo? Tom, right. Really?
You over there talking to the Glazers, like, you look, what y'all think? You know, and the Glazers probably laid it out to him, you know, like, look, we would like to have you back at least. I'm just speculating, you know, 1 more year, you know, let's go out one more time. Like, that's why I'm very curious to hear from him. I said it before, like a couple minutes ago, bruh, if it's 1 year, man, it's literally Super Bowl or bust. Now, if you give us 2 or 3 more years, then I can be like, all right, cool. Well, you know, we can add some pieces. But if this is his last year, man, you got to go out on a high note. You can't come back and not go to the Super Bowl at least.
Hey, and this might be a bold suggestion, a bold assumption, but what if actually Tom Brady did accept the idea of going back to talk to the Blazers and to help him expand his brand overseas?
We do have a game over there too, so it'll look
that
good
too,
for him
in Germany, to
go over there.
I think it's in Germany.
Yeah, Germany, Munch, Germany, like to go over there and expand his brand too. So remember, Brady's a businessman too. Let's not forget that. You know, so for him to get global,
that's probably what ticked him off to go want to retire, because he actually launched his brand right before the season ended, and then he was like, all right, I think I'm settled. But now he wants to advertise his brand by going overseas and talk to the Glazers, maybe possibly doing some future contracts with, you know, selling his merchandise through the Glazers and through the Manchester United organization and community. That's money for him.
Let me read this super chat. I got a couple of them here.
No, go ahead.
Break Weathers. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Now they're restructuring Vita Vea contract to free up $7.5 million cap space. Will it help much?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, of course. Any money that's free is going to help the Bucs. But
that's Leonard Fournette right there.
You know, that's just a player that you can possibly bring back. Like, there's multiple free agents. People, please understand, there's multiple guys that up for contracts. This is not, we just free up one guy and we can sign everybody. It does not work like that. The Bucs have work to do. Yeah. They have to restructure some contracts. Please understand that. Like it's that
Yeah.
simple. It's. I get it. You caught up with the Tom Brady news, but folks, do you understand the list of people that's a free agent, and the money that's available is not enough to bring everybody back? Key components, not just any player. These are key players that the Bucs can possibly lose if they don't restructure the top level contracts. And I named
I'm
them
gonna tell
already.
you this, man. Tom coming back, it's gonna attract a lot of players. That's gonna open in the free agent market. Don't get me wrong, we got a lot of work, as you mentioned, no doubt about that. But it's gonna definitely attract a lot of players. I wouldn't be surprised if Allen Robinson wants to jump ship real quick.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like when you have a quarterback like Tom, and because he
JC
attracts,
Jackson, ooh,
he
gonna do
attracts
something.
people. He attracts people. But in this scenario, now if the Bucs had money and they had this exact same roster and they had a bunch of money, oh, you and you and you and you and you and you know, but we don't have that luxury right now. Now
We
we
could
can,
do 1-year contracts though,
but it still count. It'll be against the cap. Now, if you do a 1-year contract and do void
with a
years,
lot of incentives.
you could do 1-year contracts with void years. You could do contracts with incentives. But remember, the money is the money. Now, unless you do what the Cowboys did and ask DeMarcus Lawrence to take a cut, that means we're gonna take some of your money back.
He said no.
He said no. So you give up.
You're not going to take the cut.
Right, you gave me the money. Now you want to take it back because Ezekiel Elliott and Dak Prescott taking up 30-40% of the cap.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
got to
there's
get
so
rid of
many
Amari
people
Cooper.
so mad right now. Ooh.
You got to get rid of Amari Cooper because of Dak Prescott and Ezekiel Elliott. Two bad contracts.
Just selfish
That's
team,
true.
man. Selfish team.
Cowboys can't get out their own way, but we're not going to talk about the Cowgirls.
No.
They can't get out of their own way.
Jerry Jones can't even get out his own way for this alleged daughter.
Oh
kept
my!
in the closet.
That's
Let's
crazy.
not get there. Let's not go there.
I saw that. I was like, wow. But you want to read this super chat?
So we got Northwest Sports Fanatic Raid. I'm not entirely sure what that means. Northwest Sports.
Seattle fan?
Oh, so this is through another channel.
Mm-hmm.
So
Is that a
Sports
Seattle?
is another channel.
Yeah. Is that you Seattle channel? I mean, Seahawks channel. I'm not sure. That's Northwest. I mean, that's where. I mean, shout out to you though, Skip Bayless. Appreciate it, Skip. Thank you for sending the super chat. Okay.
People mad, Isaiah. We're gonna hear it, a lot of it. We're gonna
Oh,
hear
yeah.
a lot of how people are gonna be
see
upset
how
about the
much
situation.
Like, on
Now-
shows
now here's-
again, man. They stopped talking about it for a long time.
Now, there was a lot of, talking amongst other fan bases about back to irrelevant, and this and that. And, they brought the heat, well, which was deserved, because we talked a lot of noise to them. So I get it. The heat, they talk about us and, oh, y'all back to irrelevant. I want y'all to have that same energy.
Back to the sucking ears.
Back to the sucking ears and all this. Please, Tom Brady's back now. So keep that same energy.
All right, so have you talked about the records yet?
What you mean? Like, yeah. So I did say this. Without Tom Brady, I said, 6 to 7 win floor, 9 win max with, whatever quarterback, right? This is without Deshaun Watson, whatever. This is Blaine Gabbert and Kyle Trask. But with Tom Brady, it's right back to the 11, 13 wins. Right up in that pocket there. Right up in there.
Okay, so you got your bold prediction. What about you, Bucks?
Man, I was thinking like with Tom Brady, I was thinking maybe 12-5.
You said 17-0.
Don't back down now.
Around there.
Don't look. I'm not If everybody's entitled to the opinion, if you want to say 17-0, please be ready to defend that. Because we're gonna go down.
Man, I was just said that.
No, I'm saying like you ain't got to back down because we talking here. I mean, if you believe 17-0, by all means, go.
Man,
say that.
Maybe last year I kind of had faith in it last year, but this year there's no way. We're not going to have the same chemistry as we had last year, man.
Okay, just want to make
I
sure.
will say, depending on what happens with the Saints and the Panthers, obviously Falcons they're going to keep Matt Ryan. I think they restructured his contract too, but they're going to keep Matt Ryan. So between the Panthers and the Saints, if they pick up Deshaun Watson, obviously, which I personally don't think that's going to happen, in my opinion.
Where you think he's going to go?
And stay with Texans. I think Lovie Smith and Deshaun Watson are going to find a good chemistry. And Lovie Smith is a pretty cool coach, especially with the relationship with the quarterback, in my opinion.
So I see some people talking about the schedule. So since we on this topic, we'll say this. Yes, the schedule is much harder. Last year we had a second place schedule and we went 13-4. And I like to keep reminding y'all to understand the perspective of the schedule that we had last year versus this year. I'm gonna say this again. When it came to teams, competent coach, competent roster, competent defense, the Bucs went 5-4. Please understand that the team went 5-4 against those teams. They went 8-0 against teams with a rookie quarterback, a rookie head coach, really major roster issues. 8-0. Where do you see that in the schedule?
First, I do want to say I think Tom was motivated by the schedule because he's a super competitor. Mm-hmm. I think he saw the list and he's like, okay, this is a good challenge and something I want to prove. But if I have to say, I think we'll win 13, 12 games. Which games we'll win, that's to be determined because, injuries can happen, etc. Whatever.
Let's keep it 100. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Injuries, stuff like that. And catching the right call, getting the right calls. You got to catch those breaks. Every team goes through this. Like, we got some breaks in 2020. We caught some breaks,
and I don't think we're some slouch team as well. I mean, on both ends, especially on offense. But, we did really well with Buffalo.
This is why the draft is very important. Like, you cannot.
I agree.
You can't have a part-time player like Joe Tryon. You can't have a Cal Trask. You can't have a third-round pick that doesn't do anything. You got to hit on two of these guys in the first 3 rounds, and they need to be impactful. They got to be impactful.
Hey, I'm not surprised. I would not be surprised if Jason Lice picks that punter from San Diego State in the 2nd round.
Man, you're giving me PTSD, man. You're giving me PTSD, man. No.
Hey, he would not be a Robert Aguayo.
Look, when people don't realize this, Ryan Suckup is not cheap either. As far as the kicker.
This is his last year. Well, his contract is up, right?
But I think it was a 2-year deal, if I'm not mistaken. It might be one. I don't know. I'm not sure. Somebody can say it in the chat room, but
we could restructure that.
But if he's not, Cameron Brate still, he's making a lot of money for his production.
It's like $7 million.
$6.55 million. And his production don't even add up to that.
Cut that down.
Crap. Like, you got to
cut it down to like another
half of
$4 million.
Half of that got to go. Like, Cameron Brate is not
$4 million.
He's not a $6 million tight end.
No, hell no. No, what was that, more than Gronk?
No, he's
the only reason why Gronk got more is because of incentives.
Right, but remember, the Bucs had $19 million tied up into 3 tight ends. That is ridiculous.
Yeah, OJ was one of them.
Oh, number 80.
Oh,
Goodbye.
I feel bad because I don't think he had the opportunity as much because Gronk took most of the heavy snaps. And but yeah, I see what you mean though.
Yeah, I don't hate OJ Howard. Number 80. But his time is up. Carry on. And I wish him the best. I wish him the best. Hopefully his career, gets better. But for the Bucs, man, nah, man, we done with that.
I think we already did pick up his 5th year, right? So this was his last.
Yeah, okay. He's out of here. You know what I'm saying?
If we can get him back, I wouldn't mind getting him back at a smaller contract, like literally small, maybe $1 million.
Out of there.
Not one?
Out of there. Move on from number 80. But Bucks, do you got anything else that you want to chime in with? I know you over there. You got anything else you want to add?
I'm kind of losing connection, brother.
Yeah, you losing connection. Hold on. If you don't have anything else to say, I'm just gonna drop you off, and me and my shooter's gonna close it out. I think he's having connection problems. Yeah, but anyway, at the end of the day, so Kirk Cousins got extended 1 year, $35 million. The Vikings can't.
Oh my
gosh! Like, Kirk Cousins, you're not going anywhere with him. Trade for Deshaun Watson. Like, why are you keeping 35? Kirk Cousins is not a $35 million quarter. Oh my gosh! Oh, Jesus.
That's cringe.
That is cringe. I know the Vikings fans are killing themselves. I'm sorry. They're hurting themselves right now. I know
May be happy for them. I don't think they're like pissed, but they're content. But that's a lot of money.
No,
Forget it.
look what you just said. Content.
That's not enough.
It's not enough, man. Remember, guys like Kirk Cousins, and like I said, these guys are not really bad quarterbacks, but you're not going anywhere with them.
I know $35 million.
At 35, he's taking up too much money, and he's not that.
Yeah.
Guy. Like they're not getting past the Rams. They're not getting past the Bucks. They're not getting past the Packers. They're not getting past the 49ers. They're not getting past the Cardinals.
He don't have that. I mean,
he don't have no dog in him. You don't got no dog in him.
He doesn't have that ending closure. I think you mentioned that
yes
earlier today about he doesn't have that closure, that it factor towards when it matters.
Like him, Carson Wentz, Derek Carr. Well, Derek Carr's like a fake I got it type guy, but Daniel Jones.
Hey, did you hear? Speaking of Carr, Charles Woodson commented talking about if Derek Carr was on the coaching staff with Andy Reid and with the Chiefs, that he would be getting just as much touchdowns and winning as much games as Patrick Mahomes, but not as great. And I was like, "Ooh, is that really true? You think Andy Reid?" And it, I kind of agree with him just a little bit because when he had that quarterback Alex Smith,
he was winning with him. Yeah, he was winning with him.
He was winning. And so
but you need it. But
he might be the QB whisperer.
But Alex Smith is in that. He's in that same category. Kirk Cousins, Derek Carr, Daniel Jones, Carson Wentz, Baker Mayfield. Well, Baker Mayfield's like a fake I got it guy. Who else?
I just don't trust Baker, and I'm surprised we were looking into like wanting to get him as a trade.
Crazy. Yeah, I saw that. He was one of the 8 guys. Like, dang, like
if he goes on our team, I'd be like, forget it.
What's another quarterback that Jared Goff, Dak Prescott, who else? Who else? These are a couple of Tua Tagovailoa. Like they don't have the dog in them. I just don't see it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
I think Tua still has a chance to expand and build experiences, but
I'm gonna say this too. I think Kyler Murray is in that same category. Like he's good, but I just don't see the dog. Jimmy G is another one. Like, I don't think they got the dog in them. They just think they too. I don't see no alpha in them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
you know what? You're right about Jimmy because when he was playing with the Rams, there were so many chances, actually good open plays that he could have connected with, and he just didn't finish it.
Yeah,
too many chances too.
I just think those quarterbacks are all in one pot. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like everything got to be perfect for them. Everything don't have to be perfect for Tom Brady or Deshaun Watson. You know what I'm saying? Or Patrick Mahomes. You know what I'm saying? Like those quarterbacks they on another level. You know what I'm saying? Like they just on a whole nother level. And like I said, those quarterbacks just named, they're not bad. It's just you're just gonna be middle of the road. You're just gonna be, you're just gonna be spinning around with them, wasting a lot of money because either you in it to win it. Or you just content, and some of these coaches are content to just win. Like you see what the Bucs did. The Bucs like, look, Tom Brady, what's up?
We trying to win.
You know what I'm saying?
Let's
like
get another way.
I just feel like if you are not trying to, like, and somebody put a stat up here earlier. I saw it earlier today on Twitter. Every team for the last like 5 years or 6 years that has spent the most money on free agency has added 3 or more games to their win total. So every year, the biggest spender has added 3+ games or more, 3+ games to their win totals. I was like, wow.
So this is a short term?
Well, they went back to, I think, 2016, I think what it was. So every team that spent,
years, yeah,
every team that spent the most money, the number one team, the Patriots was last year, and they added, how many wins did they add? What, 3 or 4?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So there is a benefit of spending the most money, but when you are in that situation, that means you have major holes. You know what I'm saying? Like you got some serious
You're
flaws.
lacking on
You're lacking, right? And the Patriots was lacking with weapons, and I still think they're lacking in weapons. Mac Jones is another one. Mac Jones is another quarterback that's just like, okay, cool, like, but no,
but he's a rookie.
But I'm just looking at his ceiling. You got a low ceiling, high floor.
So?
You got a high floor, low ceiling. So it's like,
is 1 year enough to evaluate that?
I seen enough.
Respectful. I mean, I
mean,
think
he's going to be consistent. He's going to be consistent. He's going to be, but unless they have some like they're gonna have to do what they did with Tom Brady. Like, and he's not nowhere near Tom Brady, but I'm just saying they're gonna have to probably put a little bit more elite players around him. Because remember in Alabama, people thought, Mac Jones,
especially.
Yeah, like Mac Jones, but did you not see the guys he was throwing to? All those guys are first round picks. Did you not see the O-line he had? Like, you know what I'm saying? So Mac Jones is another quarterback. He needs everything at an elite level. And which is not bad. You'll win some games with him. You go to the playoffs with him.
Who had a better first year, Josh Allen or Mac Jones?
Mac Jones. But look, remember that it's about situation too. He fell into the right situation. This is what I said. This is why I'm saying, like, every year these quarterbacks, when they go into a situation, and history shows this, when you go to a really bad team, it is hard to win. You know what I'm saying? Like, go back to the last 20 years. Every quarterback that got picked number one, they went into the situation to the worst team in the NFL. We can agree with that because you're picking number one, you're the worst team in the NFL. That means you got major holes. It is hard to win and take that franchise and so much pressure. You got to elevate that franchise by yourself, and it doesn't work like that.
Well, Joe Burrow broke that.
But the
only one that did it, really.
But the Bengals was like, look, people don't realize this, but the Bengals roster was like, kind of like, all right, we just need somebody. Like Joe Burrow got some dog in him. You know what I'm saying? He got some dog.
I'm still playing.
Yeah, he got some dog in him. And Joe Burrow, for every Joe Burrow, which is an exception to the rule, because the exception don't make the rule. We have a list of quarterbacks going to the worst team and just don't pan out. We have more of those guys. We got more of those guys than Joe Burrows. Because, okay, you got Andrew Luck, Peyton Manning, Joe
but they were number one draft pick. Unless, they're first round draft picks for sure, but not number one draft pick.
Well, Peyton Manning was number one.
Overall?
Andrew Luck was number one. And Joe Burrow was number one.
Oh, okay. Maybe I think I'm looking at the stats as being the first Heisman Trophy winner.
No, I'm just saying
the first round draft pick going to the Super Bowl.
No, being the number one pick, going to the worst team in the NFL as far as draft position.
And then turning it around, yeah.
And turning it around.
I see what you mean.
I can only think of 3 off the top of my head. You know what I'm saying? So do you look at the percentage of that? You can go back to the last 20 drafts. I can think of 3, and I just gave you 3.
Yeah.
That's how hard it is to take a losing franchise, because the coaching got to be right. The coaching got to match up. We see coaches get rotated every year. You know what I'm saying? This year was what, 10, 9, 10? You know what I'm saying? So the coaching can't have a bottom of the barrel coach and think that coach is going to elevate that talent. Because remember, you can have talent, but if the coaching ain't right, you ain't going nowhere.
It's going to be hard to go somewhere.
That's why when Mac Jones went to the Patriots, it was a perfect situation for him. Top level coach, top level defense, top level special teams. It was like already there. He just needed to be a game manager. You know what I'm saying? Like, and like I said, like, and the way the game is going, you gotta have some dog in you. Like the way the direction of the game, like Herbert, Allen, those guys got dog in them. You know what I'm saying? Like Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, Russell Wilson, Joe Burrow. You know what I'm saying? Like, good God, like,
that's like, true.
You better have some extra oomph, and everything don't have to be perfect with those guys. So, no offense to that group of guys I named, they'll get you 7, 8, 9, 10, maybe 11 wins. Where are you going? Because if you're trying to win the Super Bowl, you ain't
first round exit.
You ain't beating those quarterbacks that just in the AFC. It's a dogfight.
Mm-hmm.
AFC West, dogfight.
I'm surprised they gave so much hype to Dak and first round exit.
It's gonna happen every year with Dak. The same thing. Like, because when there's moments, he just don't show up. Like with Amari Cooper, his numbers are so much better. Without Amari Cooper, crap. And you just traded Amari Cooper for a bag of chips.
Yeah. Well, it was either that or they'll just let him go. So,
I mean, I get it, but when somebody it was another stat I seen, when the quarterback takes up 12 or more % of your salary cap,
they should have never gave him that much money.
You don't win the Super Bowl.
Him and Kirk Cousins are not worth that much money.
They're the same guy.
Yeah.
Oh, look at the stats. Okay, cool.
Yeah, that don't mean nothing.
No, I'm looking at the moments. Because if you're paying that quarterback that much, I'm looking at moments.
Oh yeah.
Because it's not about you throwing for 4,000, 5,000 yards or whatever the case may be. It's those moments where, all right, you're getting $40 million, Dak. What's up? And he had some moments like that. Flamed.
Yeah.
Look at Carson Wentz. Got paid.
Yeah, they almost beat us too.
Yeah. But what Carson Wentz?
Finish it.
Carson Wentz. And he choked the last 2 games. You had one job, dude. Win one of those 2 games.
Yeah.
Couldn't do it. What did Kristen Ballard, Jim Irsay, and Frank Wright had to come out and apologize to the fan base about my bad, guys. I wanted Carson. I thought I can fix it. Like, that's bad. When the guy that brought you in had to apologize to the franchise and the fan base about, that's on me.
Yeah.
And the media hyped up Carson Wentz.
Big time.
Colin Cowherd. Oh, Carson Wentz, Sam Dark. He loved those 2 guys. And both of those guys are not good. He hitched his bandwagon to that. He gonna ride it down to the Titanic. He gonna ride it down to the sink.
I think Dan Orlovsky is the only one that hyped up Joe Burrow and turned out.
Well, okay. Look, Dan Orlovsky, man. I hear you, Dan. Okay, the clock's
Buccaneer.
Yeah, the clock strikes 12. Okay, cool. You got it. You know what I'm saying? But that's not. He has some ridiculous takes too. Chris Sims, another one. Ridiculous takes. Like that's why when I look at these quarterbacks and I look at our situation.
Who's the one with Chris Sims?
Mike Florio.
So he did say that he's the only one actually that really believed that Tom Brady was going to come back.
But he not only did say that, he did say to the 49ers, he hitched his band.
That was off. That was off.
I cannot wait.
He hit it.
Yeah.
Coming back.
I can't wait to see what people saying that Mike Florio, because he was like 49ers. He don't want to play with Arians. He don't want to play with Arians no more. He don't like that and this and that. And even Colin Cowherd was like,
Arians take all the credit.
Yeah, Colin Cowherd was like, Arians, loosey goosey, Tampa, drinks at 3:00 and all that. Like, they didn't believe Tom Brady wanted to come back and play for Arians because his style and ego and Mike Florio.
Arians and Tom was bad.
Yeah, Mike Florio and Colin Cowherd. I am waiting. I'm gonna make sure I watch them this week because I want to hear the excuses, because remember Tom Brady brings a lot of spotlight. Now, so we're back to we got a lot of these good games, a lot of primetime games. So now we back in business. We back
more money.
Yeah, we back in business now. The people that gave up their tickets, I'm pretty sure they're calling like, hey,
and now that COVID restriction has lowered itself, I'm gonna go to Denver and watch that game.
See, now I did now that everything's is good to go. I do plan on going to 3 away games, so we might can meet up in Denver, man.
You're gonna go to Denver?
Why not?
Midwest or Southwest?
I mean, why not? I mean, I want to go to 3 away games.
Bring your jacket, because it is cold over there.
But but we don't know. But we don't know the dates of the games and all that stuff like that. True. But I do want to go. I do want to go to 3 away games, and I want to make sure that it's cities that I've never been to. So Denver is on the list. So maybe we can meet up in Denver. I mean, some other C-Bands and Pirates we can all meet up in Denver. Or
6 hours away. So.
Yeah, so I'm in New Orleans, and I definitely,
Wait, we play the Cardinals too, right?
Yep, playing the Cardinals. Yeah. So isn't it? Well, we don't know. Well, wait a minute. Who's the home? Wait, let me look at this. Hold on.
Yeah, let's look at the schedule real quick. I might be wrong with Denver. I want to say I thought we played Denver, but I could be wrong. And I think they play the Cardinals at Arizona.
So let me see.
I'm only 6 hours away there too. So
let me see who's the home.
Cardinals. I do know.
All right, so
Broncos.
All right, so these are away games. The Cardinals, the Falcons, of course, the Panthers, of course, the Browns, the Cowboys, the Saints, the Steelers, and 49ers.
Okay, I'm wrong about Broncos. It was the Cardinals I got mixed up with.
So I never been to Arizona. I've never been to Arizona. I've never been to Cleveland. I've never been to Pittsburgh. I've never been to San Francisco. And I want to go to 3 games, 3 away games.
You're gonna try to crack all the okay. Well, man, that's good selections actually. Good cities.
Yeah, 3 away games and possibly 2 or 3 home games. So the home games, of course, it would be the Saints, you know.
Right.
I got to decide between the Chiefs, the Rams, the Packers, and the Bengals. Oh, there's some good home games. I mean, golly, like, you know. Oh man, there's some good home games. Oh man.
A rematch with the Rams, that'd be nice. And then also the Chiefs, another rematch.
And then of course
I would go to that one personally because that, there's history there.
Yeah, I think I got
literally at the same stadium where they lost too.
Yeah, I got to circle that Rams game. It's gonna be hard for me to get to these games at home, but I'm pretty sure somebody can hook me up. I don't know. But I definitely want to circle that Rams game. I think I want to. I want to attend that game. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I think we're gonna get that revenge.
But this
it won't matter, but it will put a staple in our name.
I will be shocked. I mean, like, I would be ecstatic if we can get 11 to 13 wins. I would be like, with this schedule here, like, it is hard. Like this is hard. Like, people don't realize
that depends, Isaiah. That just depends of who we pick up when free agent opens. I think it opens tomorrow.
Yeah, well, the tampering, the tampering phase open up tomorrow. You can agree to a contract, but the official day you can't sign the contract until Wednesday. So you're gonna see some news. You're gonna see some news tomorrow, and the locker room will be open. You're gonna see some news about players agreeing
lying around.
Like, it's gonna be the first. So tomorrow, Tuesday, Wednesday. So basically by Friday, if you ain't got your guy, you out of here.
All right, so just name one player you really want from free agency right now. Just one.
I'm gonna throw it out.
The most.
So okay, so hold on. Let me look. So I know I was looking at the free agent list, and I was.
I already know mine.
Well, you can go for me.
Is my number one guy I want from free agent. If we can work this out, this would be a perfect fit. And that's going to be Chandler Jones.
Oh, okay. Wow.
That's my guy for free agent. And then J.C. Jackson after, and then so forth. And then Allen Robinson. Allen Robinson will be my top 5, maybe top 10 selection. But my number one guy that I really want for our team will be Chandler Jones.
So I'm
over JPP.
I'm going to give you 3. I'm going to give you my, top 1, 1, 2, 3. And this might kind of, it kind of makes sense, but I mean, anything's possible in my Kevin Garnett voice. Hakeem Hicks,
right next to Vita.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna be playing some dog games.
Remember, I'm about the trenches.
That's a good mesh. I'll take him over Sue.
You see what I'm looking at? He's younger, and he gets to the quarterback. He's a disruptor. Like, he's kind of that Chris Jones realm.
I will say this: he does gas though, just like Vita.
But dude, you can literally,
rotate. True, but then who's going to play alongside him? Nacho, or should we just bring Sue back as well?
I mean, look, I think they can both play next. Like, because remember the 3-4, right? So you got the 3 technique and the 5 technique and the nose tackle. Hakeem can play the 5 or the 3 and be disruptive as hell. Now, I do like the Chandler Jones pick
on the outside.
Yeah,
because we got no pressure on the outside. Well, I mean, we do with Joe Tryon, but he won't finish it. He's got to learn that skill.
Yeah, you're trying to win now.
Yeah.
And then
but we need that pressure on the out.
My second one, I know people might say, "Oh, it's the same." Juju Smith.
That's actually a nice pick. He's still young.
I'm just saying.
The only thing he hurt himself was the shoulder or something.
Yeah, I mean,
or the elbow, one or the other.
Do need a third receiver.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying. I mean, I'll get the Allen Robinson.
I have to cut some ties with some people for some of those names.
But to get to where you're trying to get to, you gotta. we all in, right?
It's got to be those 1-year contracts.
I think
the league is starting to move into that a lot more. Actually,
I mean, why not? These guys, I mean, they wouldn't hurt. And then my third one,
Chandler Jones really want to win now.
Yeah. And the third one is interchangeable with the second one, Christian Kirk.
Wide up.
Mm-hmm.
So you would get Christian Kirk over J.C. Jackson?
Mm-hmm.
He'd be like a
lower.
Christian Kirk would be cheaper, and he feels an immediate need. I get the J.C. Jackson, but he costs too much money. See, Christian Kirk, you can third receiver. Godwin comes back. Now you got you got Kirk, Godwin, and Evans. Good luck, and possibly.
But I feel like Kirk plays the slot more as well as Godwin, unless we throw Godwin in the outside as well.
But that's what we need. We need a shifty guy. We need a fast guy. We need a shifty. Remember, Antonio Brown, the most explosive guy, the fastest. Well, Christian Kirk will literally be the fastest receiver we got as far as like route running and explosiveness and burst. We don't have that.
That makes a good point, actually.
He fills that void, And actually, you can I would put Kirk over Juju Smith at 2. Hakeem Hicks 1.
I think Kirk would be more reliable than Juju for sure.
Yeah, I would put Hakeem Hicks number 1 and Christian Kirk number 2. As far as like the two guys that I would, from a free agency standpoint, that you.
Okay. So you want Hakeem Hicks, and so you want the interior, and I want the exterior. I want the outside.
But we're on the same page though. The trenches.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're on the same page. And even in the draft, trenches. Even if you pick up Chandler Jones or Hakeem Hicks, Jadeveon Clowney sitting out there,
did you say Armstead is tackle?
Yeah, but he's cost too much money. He's gonna cost too much money.
That's true.
Yeah, but
I'll tell you this. So there's one offensive lineman from UNI. If he does drop down, he's a must pick.
And here's a sleeper. Here's a sleeper one. DJ Chark.
Oh, for a wideout?
Mm-hmm. Third receiver.
I do like that. I do like that better than Tyler Johnson.
Look, we low key. I know a lot of us was like, "Oh, the Bucs are loaded at receiver," but when it came down to the get down, no, we was not.
Left and right,
and that hurt the Bucs big time. And we had big hopes for Scotty Tuhati and Tyler Johnson and Cyrus Grayson, but let's be real, we got to upgrade there. I know I was a believer like, "Oh, the Bucs receiving core, we straight. We should be, we can Godwin hurt and AB
somebody with some hands and speed."
But it literally showed. It literally it was not as deep as that we thought it was. It was literally a drop off, and it hurt the Bucs big time. So the DJ Chark and the Christian Kirk will feel, one of those guys will feel that third void, and it'll put those guys in a position where they belong at third.
I think I would have to take Christian Kirk over Chark only because
I like Kirk.
Only because he's more fitted at the slot.
Perfect, man. Perfect. And, Brady loves that. Brady loves that.
Yeah, he would rely that heavily. He loves his third, fourth option. And he'll look through that real fast. And
that will make up for the Godwin situation, because while he, like I said, I got him missing the first 6 to 8 games.
That's pressure for him too.
So I don't believe Godwin to be back week 1, like based on history on how these things work out. You know what I'm saying? And he got hurt so late in the season, and you literally minimum kind of want 8 to 9 months, 8 to 10, and that kind of puts him right at you're going to miss the first 4 games minimum. Because, you got if you put him on IR, do you put him PUP? So I'm expecting him not to be ready. You got some of y'all. I got him at least missing a minimum of 4 games. Minimal. Max 8. Right in that range, because I just don't think he'll be ready week 1. It's just hard to believe that.
Yeah, you're right. I think you're gonna you have to emphasize on getting the wide out to help Mike Evans,
right?
And then the young core that we have.
Now, I will say this though,
and we can draft this. This draft is heavy on the wide receivers too,
right? So. And I think this draft goes into the 4th round with receivers. Like for real. So, and I watched the combine. Now, here's a couple of throw-in guys that the Bucs can possibly maybe convince, or Tom Brady convince, Marcus May, the safety from the
I
Jets.
don't think that's bad. Hey, so what if he can make amends with Honey Badger?
That's gonna be a hard one. I think he wants to get paid, and I think he's gonna ask for too much. I think Marcus May, he's more acquired. You can acquire him. I think you can. I think you can get Marcus May. You know what I'm saying? There's a couple other guys. Darius Williams from the Rams.
Saints?
No,
the Rams.
Number 11. Wouldn't be a bad guy to pick up. Just saying, because to me, the secondary needs some help. Look, enough of the crap. Let's cut the crap. Y'all saw the secondary. Outside of Antoine Winfield Jr.
and Carlton.
And he's not guaranteed to come back. So let's be real. The secondary, come on. We can stop dancing around. Oh, we got the talent. Oh, the Murphy Bunting and Jamel Dean. And no.
What if it's because the pressure wasn't there?
Like I said, we've gave them 3 years, 4 years. Like, let's stop tap dancing around these guys, man. Like, they're not bad, but
so the last few games and then through the playoff run,
no.
When we got the pressure on all the quarterbacks, energy was there.
Dog, the Cooper Cup play should let you know. The way he was catching all them balls, Murphy Bunting had no clue how to stick that guy. Murphy Bunting is
nobody can stick that guy.
Murphy Bunting is an outside corner. He's not a slot guy. He don't have. Remember, playing nickel, you got to be shifty. That 5'9" to 5'11" range. Murphy Bunting is over 6 foot. He is out of position. Literally,
I can see you play outside. So if Carlton does leave, maybe he's going to fill in the slot for Carlton.
And the chances of Carlton Davis leaving is pretty high because the money that he's going to command. I mean,
I don't blame him too.
12.
I mean, you got to make your money.
So what are numbers I saw? Was it between 12 to 15 million? The Bucs can't afford that.
Yeah,
somebody's going to pay him. Jordan Whitehead,
unless he just want to be like Gravediggers, I'm coming back, and then take a 1-year deal.
Now, if the Bucs don't get Marcus May, or Darius Williams, now you can resign Whitehead to a reasonable deal. But this all, and I'm gonna put a caveat on this. This all depends on the Bucs restructuring and extending contracts. Let's put that out there. Let's make sure. I know we say these players that they can sign, but this is in contingents of them extending and restructuring contracts to free up money.
So
now,
we need to restructure. Yeah, Donovan Smith.
Mike
who
Evans.
Else? But man, he's done it so many times.
It is what it is. Yeah. Evans. I keep going.
Tom Brady.
I keep going.
I don't even know who else is. Oh, Devin White.
Extend him. Mm-hmm.
We can also extend Winfield.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's early, but I get what you're saying. Godwin. Mm-hmm. Extend him now because that'll free up, because he's the $19.2 million cap hit. You extend Godwin, you free up a lot of money.
Well, the good thing is that we can still, do the contract and talk about it. So I don't think it's official till a couple of days.
Shaq Barrett.
Definitely.
You can extend Levante David 1 more year.
Absolutely.
So that's 7 guys.
I just hope Levante doesn't get hurt again, because this year was a downfall. This past year.
Remember, we had the oldest team in the NFL. I made that clear. And it showed.
Yeah.
It showed big time. In certain moments, it showed. Let's be real. Like, we won 13 games, but we took a step back. If that makes sense.
So Chandler Jones is an older guy, but should we pick him up, or should we get Von Miller?
I would take Chandler Jones because he's still playing at a really high level. Now, this is rare. Guys his age tend to take a huge step back. But now here's the tricky part about Chandler Jones. He had 10.5 sacks. He had 5 in like the first 3 games or something like that. He like 5 in 1 game, 4 in 1 game, something like that. So I don't know if it was injuries, probably was injuries, but he still had 10.5 sacks, but he had a lot of those in 1 game. So that's not, gotta be careful with that. I'm just saying, I'm just throwing it out there,
And we could use that to expose him to get him a contract.
But I think he wants to win, and I think he'll take a 1-year deal, in my opinion. And then there's a list of guys that Casey Hayward, older guy, still productive, still can cover, can move him into the slot. We can't get hurt there again, man. We can't. Let's just look. Secondary need help. Outside of Antoine Winfield Jr., and can't count Carlton Davis because he's not technically on the roster. So outside of Antoine Winfield Jr., that secondary needs some help. Let's be real. Because once again, as good as the defense was as a whole, if you break it down, the secondary was ranked 22nd in yards per game, given up. Third down percentage, yards per catch, completion percentage. Why are you at the near the bottom in the 20s? So you see what I'm saying? Like, yeah, the Bucs got a top 5 defense. Yeah, number 2 against the run and 22nd in the pass. If that can go up to 15, come on, man. Like, can we get it to 15? Like, I'm not asking the secondary to be top 10, but good God, can we get it to 15, 13, 12? Like, somewhere up in there. And some of these guys can help the secondary get to that point. We don't need a perfect secondary, but come on, fam. What we've seen the last couple of years with that secondary, man, fam, it's not going to work. Let's cut the crap. Like, let's stop babying Jamel Dean and Murphy Bunton and Russ Cockrell. And
the only problem would be is that we can't fill in the hole for every position.
No, I get it, but
so
now
the reason why we're gonna have to pick and choose our.
Now, the reason why I said Casey Hayward, a veteran presence, like, it's a better than Richard Sherman. You know, Richard Sherman was on the last leg. He couldn't even stay healthy one game. But at least Casey Hayward can give you that veteran presence, and he can play.
Yeah.
So,
it's bring Josh Norman. I mean, if you want to go with veterans.
I mean, it's guys.
Norman wasn't too bad.
Let's be real. It's guys out there that the Bucs can pick up. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I would bank on Josh Norman with the fact that we can give him low money and the veteran presence.
Now, would it be okay if the Bucs was to go out and snag one of these interior O linemen?
From free agent or draft?
Free agents. I'm looking at it right now.
Look at that list. I didn't think it was that deep, but I know we should get back.
So who would you rather bring back, Kappa or Jensen?
Jensen. You don't really find good centers out there like that. You can find good guards.
So we drafted Robert Hainsley, 3rd round, I believe. He could play the guard and center, and then we resigned.
Oh, he was horrible in guard.
We signed him.
No, was it tackle?
No, that was
Tristan Wirfs, right?
No, that was Wells.
Oh, I thought it was both.
Robert Hainsley didn't play. I don't remember him playing.
I remember Tristan got hurt, and then somebody else got hurt.
It was Josh Wells, man. It wasn't Hainsley.
Who was the other tackle? Because there was 2 of them that got hurt on the not the Rams game, but the game before.
I know Josh Wells was the right tackle for Tristan Wirfs, and he got
the Philadelphia Eagles.
He got ate the hell up. Joe Haig.
Was it Joe? No, Joe Haig was already out.
Well, that was the year before. Who was the other tackle? Like when Donovan.
So after Tristan Wirfs, remember that other tackle that filled in for Tristan Wirfs got hurt.
That was Josh Wells. Game. Josh Wells played right tackle.
So he got hurt, and then who filled in for Josh Wells?
It was number 67 or 68. It was I forgot his name. Somebody bring it up in the chat room. But I know Josh Wells played and he got destroyed.
It was a nightmare.
Man, Joe Haig was good too. For when Donovan Smith got hurt in 2020, Joe Haig came in and it felt like Donovan Smith wasn't even missed. You know what I'm saying? So, but
I don't mind getting another tackle. Well, it's gonna have to be a 3rd tier tackle, low money that would fill in the injury player.
Well,
hopefully, knock on wood, doesn't happen.
I'm gonna give you some guys. Brandon Sheriffs.
We do need to get a guard.
Nate Solder.
Oh no, we got Stinney. How do you feel about Stinney being the guard, replacing?
Stinney can replace Kappa.
Or should he replace
Ali Marpet? Can he play? I mean, right, left guard. It's pretty much interchangeable, right? Guard, center. They're kind of like. But you drafted Robert Hainsley. He can play guard and center, so he has some versatility. You got Aaron Stinney that can play either guard. So you got 2 young guys, but do you trust them?
So I'm thinking we drafted or we re-signed Stinney so we can let Kappa go. my thoughts.
So do you have Ryan Jensen with two young guys right next to him?
Yeah, he's definitely going to be a veteran presence.
I mean,
And Donovan Smith.
So now here's the dilemma. If you do that, if you let Kappa go, okay, cool. And you put Aaron Stinney and Robert Hainsley next to Ryan Jensen. Okay, cool. He can only help with one of the guys. One of those guys is going to be solo dolo.
Yeah.
So that means interior. Look, let's be real. The interior of the Bucs O-line is going to be a eye opener. Like, what's going on there?
Unless we like hit the lottery and get a good draft.
I mean,
Get
look,
that first round pick on the O-line.
First and second round, it got to be like, to me. Look, D-line first round, right?
I have to I'm gonna say O-line now that we lost Marpet. And drop an O-line in the first round and a D-line second. I mean, who's going to replace Marpet?
Fam, do you see that D-line, man?
Yeah, but now, I mean, our offensive line is looking just as fragile.
We can get by with that. But that D-line old, man.
You think Brady will let that happen?
If you're trying to win, you want to get some pressure on that quarterback. Because we all saw, where's the pressure? Where was the juice?
I mean, unless we pick up on free agent, like you said.
No, we can do both.
Hicks.
It could be a free agent and first round pick in the draft.
I guess it could work, vice versa either way, yeah.
But
we either get a D-line first round draft, and then we'll pick up on free agency for our own line, or vice versa.
Well, at first I was like, it was interchangeable. O-line, D-line, D-line, O-line. But now that I'm looking at it, you signed Stinney, you got Robert Hainsley, you take back Jansen. Let's get that D-line straight.
That's if we get Jansen as well.
Right. Well, I mean, just hopefully thinking. But you pick up a D lineman, that's a Chandler Jones or Akeem Hicks that want to come win, and you draft a young one. You get some juice on that D line. Pressure. Under pressure. Come on, man.
Crazy because we did get Joe Tryon.
Let's cut the crap. We need some. No. Look. I need the Bucs to be 6, 7, 8 deep on that D line. Go look at the teams. 1, 2 guys, not. Yeah, the Bucs got Shaq Barrett and Joe Tryon, and
the only one that we can actually beat would be the Bengals offensive line with that line that we got, the D-line that we have.
You literally watched these games with the Bucs D-line. No blitz, no sock. No blitz, no sock. No blitz, no sock. And then Devin White had a huge drop-off with the pressure with his blitzing because teams caught up to his blitzing because he blitzed straight up the middle.
And then the quarterback just be like one juke and then
out of control.
Gone. It's live status.
The Bucs. I want to see the Bucs get to the quarterback without pressure or without depending on Shaq Barrett, who gets ate up by top right tackles, and then Joe Tryon, don't have enough strength yet, because they said he needs to, get some strength in him. That's not enough.
So then we don't need an edge. It sounds like, unless Joe Tryon really takes it to the next level. All right, I agree. I can see where this is going. I think maybe the interior will be the best, the bet.
The 3, the 5 technique. William Golson, appreciate the service, bro. You ain't it, man.
Yeah.
No.
He's been with us for a minute too.
And his.
I wouldn't mind keeping him for less money.
Yeah, but
rotational.
Yeah, the Bucs number 2, number 1 against the run. Cool. Look, I get it. Stopping the run, great, cool. You make the team one-dimensional. Okay, pressure. Nacho and Steve McClellan and Sue. Sue showed up in pockets. Like 17 games, Sue was like 1 game, 2 sacks, sack and a half. Like he was so. Like he's look at his sack numbers. We're talking about 17 games.
Yeah.
Now for his age, was it like 6.5, almost 7 sacks, something like that? Great, but if you look at the games where he got those sacks at, and look at those O lines,
I think he does need more help, and then he needs more rest, and then he'll be able to be more impactful. But he was in there for a lot of slaps.
Did you not see Vita Vea struggle to stay on the field?
Yeah, he was gassing up.
6, 7, 8 deep on the D line. Look, I'm going to beat that like a drum. And agree to disagree, whoever in the chat room, whoever in the comment section, D line is a necessity. Let me repeat.
I just hope we have enough money for that, though.
But this all comes into the start. Read the fine print. The Bucs freeing up some money. Now, we saying all this stuff about players, secondary, D-line, O-line. This all depends on the money available, because you got to have money for the draft picks. Let's keep that. Let's not forget that, folks. That counts against the cap too. Draft picks, you got to have a little pot for that. You got to have a pot for the draft picks, right? So, and you got to sign Jensen, or try to resign Jensen, or cap. Or Gronkowski, what $5.5 million? What he was, 8, 9 last year?
He'll take a pay cut. I think he'll take one.
But any money that we give out goes against the cap.
Yeah, it does.
So we might not be. I know it's hopefully wishfully thinking that we might not be major players when it comes to grabbing somebody else.
A free agent.
We might be looking at our own, like, okay, all right, because you've been with us these last 2 years, But I take a caution to that. Bringing the exact team back, in my opinion, gets you another 11 to 13 wins and a first or second round exit. I saw both of those teams for the last 2 years. First year, second year. You really want to go for a third year with the exact same team? That's oof. You're squeezing a lot of lemon out
we
there.
did go to the playoffs with them, so it's not like
playoffs. I mean, but the goal is to get to the Super Bowl. So trying to take a lemon and squeezing every ounce of that and bringing everybody back. 2023 March. Who quarterback? What's the roster? What are we doing? I don't know what's going on. Here we go again. Watch.
We'll figure it out.
I mean,
that's why they're professionals and pros.
Right,
that's why they do what they're doing.
And that's what they do, right? And as fans, this is what we do. We overreact, we underreact, we panic. We have all these conversations as fans, and whether we agree to disagree or agree to agree, whatever. But that's the beauty part about being a fan of football. Sometimes it makes you feel like you out there, like I'm making a decision. That's me. I told you. That's like with Brady coming back, the small group of people, of Bucs fans that did say, "Oh, Brady coming back." Go look at them now.
I knew this.
Yeah, I told y'all Brady was coming back. Really?
Man, you were not around.
Oh, so you were in Brady's circle, huh? You knew exactly what was going to happen. Because remember now, a few hours ago, we were just talking about Deshaun Watson. Oh, Deshaun coming to the Bucs.
I was convinced. I'm not gonna lie. I was convinced. I thought Brady was done. I was really convinced.
I'm telling you, I literally did not see this coming. Like this came out of nowhere, and I'm telling you, literally, the NFL Twitter is going freaking crazy. Like they are all over.
Was that a baby bottle and what else?
Look, see the name?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, fam. I just realized that, like,
oh my goodness.
I don't. Thank you. I'm gonna leave it like that. You could take.
So what had happened was
we gonna move on to the next conversation as we wrap this up. We'll do it in 5 minutes. But in summary, as to close this out, I want to thank all the powers and sea bandits, and I want to thank you guys that had the time to come on into the locker room. I didn't open up the locker room like y'all wanted me to, but because no. That would have been too much, because all of us would have been like, it's about timing, right? And this was not the time to have 6 people in and out the locker room. I got a better draft time. Draft time would be perfect for that. Live stream draft. People coming in and out of the locker room,
like a draft party.
That's
I like
coming.
that.
That was in the work.
That.
a draft party. We're gonna eat, have some food, and we're gonna sit through the draft first round. We're gonna have a good time. We're
I like that. I like
we're
that.
we're gonna open up 15 minutes before the draft. And we're gonna have some fun. We're gonna eat, we're gonna enjoy it. We're gonna talk about every team and every pick, all the way until pick 27.
I'm up for that.
So
I'm up for that.
So
put me on a list. You got to get a list out there.
Yeah. So the draft party.
know.
Yeah. So stay tuned for that. There will be a draft party live stream. That's gonna be fun too. The locker room gonna be wide open, so people can come in and out. But yeah, so
let's get excited, everyone. Let's just
yeah. So everybody calm down. Yeah, today was it ended crazy. Like everybody take a deep breath, right? Everybody take a deep breath. Like, look, we got Brady back, but let's get back to focus as a fan base. Let's not start taking shots at everybody and arguing amongst each other. And I wanted Watson. And let's take a deep breath. This is a big week.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, this is a big week for the Bucs. Like, I know Brady's back, but from a perspective of
not against us too much, actually.
Right, it's a big week for the Bucs, so I'll most likely open up the locker room, not in full, but like this every day this week, because this is free agent week. Even tomorrow should be an interesting day, right? First day, you're going to see some contracts pop out, but can't be signed until Wednesday. So I will come on live tomorrow here in the locker room, and we'll talk about these news. We'll talk about Kirk Cousins tomorrow, and some of these other guys.
Great.
And I'm going to expand the locker room as far as what we talk about. It don't have to be like 90% Bucs, right? Because I don't like to talk about the teams, but this year we can dabble on to some other teams, and we can talk about those teams. I'll talk about those teams, and you can tell me what y'all think, and specifically the NFC South. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And then Tuesday and Wednesday, the actual signing day, contracts come official. I'll go live for that in the locker room. So all week long, the locker room gonna be open Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Now I think after the first week of free agency, it's a big drop off. It's a huge drop off. You know what I'm saying? It gets boring until the draft. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So this week, in other words, for the Bucs, if you have some guys you want to go get, you better hope they get them this week, because if they don't get them this week, you ain't getting them.
They're gonna be gone.
Yes. And now
most likely they're gonna have a contract in front of them.
Yeah, now you got to deal with the stragglers. Every year they're stragglers, and those are the guys like older guys. Like, he's waiting for the best situation. Like, do you really want the best situation, guys? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, who's that one D lineman? Really old guy. Oh my goodness, he's still wanting to play. I think he's like 34, 35.
Yeah, I got to be careful with those guys. I don't want a bunch of those guys, because we already had the oldest roster last year, and I definitely don't want a bunch of those guys on the team, because we just went through that. Injuries and play got inconsistent, and it's just like they look old out there, especially on that D line. Gassed up. So no, and the great thing about it is, and we'll talk about this more tomorrow and further this week, is that the turmoil, hopefully that's all sorted out, like, the AB situation and whatever else that was going on with this, whatever the turmoil Levante David was talking about. This is the third season. This should be a quiet locker room. Like, it should be literally quiet. Like, we shouldn't hear anything about Arians and Brady. Arians calling out Brady and putting Brady on blast. Like, I think we're kind of done with that. I think we can be, as a fan base,
that's pretty much been debunked now.
Yeah, that's that. Now you can kill that, or you can push that to the side as far as, Arians and Brady don't get along. Yeah, so we shouldn't hear any of this ridiculous stuff now.
That was a clickbait.
Yeah, and it literally caused a lot of friction amongst the fan base, because we take stuff like that, and I'm guilty. I would run with it, and I'll have my take on it, and it can cause some friction. And I got to do a better job this year as a channel with stuff like that, and not try to bring a toxic environment. But I will say this though: if you say something crazy, I'm not gonna let you slide this year. The last 4 or 5 years, I don't say too much. Y'all know my channel. I'm not a drama channel. But if I see some ridiculous stuff, as you've seen today, He apologized. He was playing. But as you see, I will not let that slip.
That 17-0 comment.
Stuff like that. It's got to be like outrageous, like ridiculous. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it's got to really be like, really? Like, okay, on blast. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to do on blast segments, but gosh, you got to see some of the stuff that I'll be reading in the comment section. Like, Jesus Christ, like, you know what I'm saying? And I just ignore that for the last 4 or 5 years. But
hey, I did not bank on Deshaun Watson coming though. But hey, so one last thing: is Deshaun Watson on his last year contract with the Texans?
No, heck no, we got 4 years left.
Oh, okay, never mind. All right, so
yeah, it's what's it, 30? Is it 37, 35, 32, 32? Something like that.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, and there's an option for an out on 2024 as far as like to restructure it.
Unrestrict. Okay, that makes sense.
To restructure it, to make it more cap friendly. And now with the contracts like Dak and Kyler Murray and Herbert, these guys are going to ask for $40 million. You don't think Deshaun Watson going to be like, hey?
So with Russell Wilson, I know he had one more year with the Seahawks. That still carries over with him to the Broncos, or the Broncos.
The Broncos. It's not actually his cap hit is not bad. So the Broncos can deal with that. That's why they gave up 5 picks and 3 players. They can deal with that.
I guess what I'm saying is, so he only has 1 year with the Broncos and he's done, or he's got multiple years.
I think it's 2.
Because I thought, okay,
I think it's 2 years left on that contract, but it was like a $34 million, something like that. But it's gonna, they're gonna extend. He's 33, so they can give him an extension.
Yeah.
To lessen the cap hit and add some upfront money.
Incentives.
No, I wouldn't say incentives. No, I would say sign-on bonus. You know what I'm saying? Like upfront money, like the guarantee, or it's more about the guarantee money. And you take the guarantee money and you kind of like shift that out in 3 or 4 years. But that's guaranteed no matter what. But you can split that up in 3 or 4 years. When you do the extensions, it's more about the guarantee money versus the actual total amount. A lot of people get caught up in the bajillion, dollars, like with the Patrick Mahomes contract, right? $500 million. Go look at the guarantee money. That's the money he's getting regardless. That's what matters.
Yeah.
So people get caught up in the actual number. So with the Broncos, all they're going to do is extend Russell Wilson. Give him some money up front, some guarantee.
That's if he wants to stay too. So.
Right. I think he's going to test it out. And if they go well, I mean, now you want to talk about a loaded offense. Holy crap. The Broncos offense is loaded.
Williams at running back.
I like Williams. I like Javonte.
I just don't know if they got the good old line.
No, I said I know this is gonna happen.
I don't know though.
The Broncos O line was pretty decent. Way better than it was like it wasn't ranked below 15. It's pretty solid. The tackle, Bowles, I forgot his name. No, was it? The left tackle was top probably 12, 10. The right tackle solid. Interior is decent. So the whole line, trust me, Russell would have been. I ain't going over. He went over there. He looked at that roster, kind of what Brady did, right? They got Judy, Cortland Sutherland, Hamilton, Tim Patrick, Albert O, Javonte Williams, a solid O line. The defense was top 2 in yards allowed. Bruh, the Broncos is ready. They just needed a quarterback.
Yeah. They do be hitting on the draft picks, man.
Oh, they hit. Oh, they roster was loaded. You want to talk about a loaded roster? Go look at the Broncos. That's why the Broncos is like, oh, you can take 2 first rounders and a couple seconds and a third, and Drew Lock and Shelby Harris and Noah Fant.
That whole AFC West is loaded, man. Now Khalil Mack is with
the Chargers. We're gonna talk about all this.
Yeah,
stuff.
let's. All right, we're just opening up a can of worms here.
Yeah, but there's going to be a lot of intrigue because remember, free agency dictates the draft. It kind of tells you whether team, because if they fill some holes that they got questions in, then they go look at the team itself as far as what else they looking at. Because who you think going number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 20 can all change this week because they go get one of these guys, starter, mid-20s, late 20s. They're not going to turn around and draft a guy in that position. That's not how it works. Now, they get an older guy, then you take a young guy in the draft. But the free agency changes a lot. Remember now, I told y'all 3 things. I said in this last piece right here. When it comes to the Bucs, we can look at the Bucs and say 11 to 13 wins, right? And we can stay right there regardless after the free agency, after draft, whatever. But for everybody else, it's not really the case because the free agency and the draft literally changes how you look at the schedule. It literally does. Because 1 minute we could say 11 to 13 wins and to go to 12 to 14 wins. You know what I'm saying? So just by the draft and
we
free
literally
agency,
went from like 6 to 7, 8 wins to now 11, 12, 13 wins with Tom
literally,
Brady back.
literally.
Just like that.
And now, mind you, this is with an asterisk, depending on how much money and who they can add. Let's keep it in mind. One guy don't make the team.
No,
You still got to put.
but it makes an impact.
Yeah, it makes a huge impact. What you still, but this is we're I guess you could say we kind of like hoping that they put it together like they did before. Like, okay, if you can't get this guy, go get this. You know what I'm saying? Like, because if they get the right pieces, literally 12, 11, 12, 13 wins. Now, if they just sit tight and hands in their pockets and don't get on some of these guys, I'm gonna stick with it, but I'm gonna be like, damn, like we could have got, you know what I'm saying? Like, do we have the money to get them? Is it that bad? You know what I'm saying? So a lot of things that we're gonna talk about as far as the team structure when it comes to money, and we could dive into the salary cap. I can pull it up on the screen, I can share the screen, and we can literally go down the salary cap. Like we'll do stuff like that this year. You know what I'm saying? I'll share my screen. I will literally look at it, spot a track, and we can literally be like,
we should look at every player that's on the contract and then see if we can restructure.
Yeah, we can do that this week. I'll open that can of worms up, and I know a lot of people not familiar with the salary cap. I'm not a salary cap guru. I don't know everything, but we can literally look at it together and literally say, okay, free agency, okay, this is what the Bucs can do, restructure, push the money. You know what I'm saying? We can literally go down like that, whether it's tomorrow, Tuesday, Wednesday. We can literally, as a fan base, as powers of sea bandits, literally look at the Bucs salary cap situation, especially with Tom Brady.
And get a realistic point of view that we can't just get everybody.
Right. And so we can kind of eliminate some of the, the what?
The possibilities.
Yeah, and
let's eliminate the possibilities and move with the probability on that.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So be more realistic. Somebody said, one of my guys that's been with me for a long time, he said, I'm gonna ask this question here. What do y'all think? Bring back walk the plank. What did y'all think about that? I haven't did that in 4 years. I remember when I first did the walk the plank, and I had the sound, the water splash sound, and that was a segment that went basically, for those of you that's not familiar with the channel, walking the plank was a segment that I did when a player does not play well.
Horrible.
He's horrible that game. And I have that player walk the plank. You literally hear the steps and the splash, So I might bring it back. I mean, I kind of left that alone.
I mean, it's all entertainment. Why not?
I mean, why not? I mean, draft party.
If we lose the game, why not throw it out there that this player did horribly bad? And
it's nothing personal. It's just you didn't play well. You know what I'm saying?
It's entertainment.
Yeah.
Let's do it. I like that.
All right. Well, okay.
Let's bring it back.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, what do y'all think about?
I got emotions. So
let me ask you guys this question in the chat room. What do y'all think about the co-host? What you wish? Y'all like him as a co-host? Like y'all like him? Like y'all cool with that? I mean, he's been closing. I mean, co-host. Because most shows they kind of got the guy, and then they got the other guy that we can bounce things off of. I think people kind of cool with that too. I'm getting feedback on that. With a co-host. I mean. I know Travis, he got some family stuff going on, but I'm just saying, I need somebody else to come on here and I could bounce stuff off of, See, there we go. We got some people that's cool with it, I mean, so co-host, walk the plank, draft party, and I'll, like I said, I got some stuff going on. I'm going to bring back the green screen and all that stuff like that. So we get out. Look, 2022 finna.
I don't mind.
So, I mean, the channel finna get a lot more funner.
Throw out a poll
and do some poll. Yeah, I'll do some polls. I'll do some polls with the co-host and the walk the plank, and I'll add the draft party and stuff like that.
No feelings hurt. If I'm not it,
yeah. Matter of fact,
let the fans know.
Yeah. Matter of fact, y'all give me a list of people who y'all think will be good co-hosts. We'll just do it like that. We'll make it fair. Give me a list of people that y'all been seeing on this channel, and if you don't have an idea of who the person is, just kind of give a description or whatever. But in the chat room, and I will literally go through and I can go back and watch this video and some other ones, and I'll make a list of names and and y'all pick the co-host.
Oh,
You know, and we'll go from there. And then the Saints fan, of course.
is it like WD4L? One of those guys?
Yeah, who that for life? Yeah.
Oh my God, he's been around for a minute.
Yeah, he's cool, you know. But yeah, draft party, walk the plank, the locker room, I gotta figure out something else with that. But the part of the locker room when it's open, I gotta find another name for it. But I can make that a little segment by itself, like the locker room's open or something like something. I'll figure out a name for it. But or you guys can come up with a name. I don't know. I'll let you guys make some decisions here because y'all been around for a while. So
nice, actually.
You know, locker room talk. I can call it that. That could be a segment where, you know, 6 people in the locker room, you know, we getting it in, you know, we talking, and then we got these segments like this. So a lot more fan interaction, you know, a lot more subscriber interaction, not fan, but subscriber interaction, a lot more pirate C-band interaction, a lot more family interaction. So stay tuned, folks. These are things that I've picked up on over the years that I'm like, okay, let me change that. I'm gonna change. Okay, cool. Boom. You know, just evolving, you know,
why not?
Why not? You know, entertainment, right? But
exactly.
But don't be here talking crazy. You know, I'm big on that this year. I am big on that this year. But other than
let's
that,
be realistic.
You know, I mean, I don't mind opinions and takes and all that, but let's not get ridiculous with it, right?
Yeah, and if you're gonna make a bold statement, highlight it.
Right, and don't back down.
Assumption.
Don't back down either. Don't play, because I don't play, as you can see. You make a statement, stick with it. Don't back down. But other than that, I want to thank everybody for coming into the locker room to have this discussion. We're back. So everybody's in good spirits now. Everybody's happy now with the news that we got today. But we still got some work to do. Not just from a team standpoint, but as a fan base standpoint. We still gotta get a little more tighter, stop being so segregated.
Yeah.
And support each other.
Get together.
Yeah, and respect each other too. And I'm gonna do my part. I'm not perfect. I'm gonna do my part. We just gotta, you know, evolve with the times and try to, you know, and let's set the example. You know, for the people that's not subscribed to the channel. It's about to get fun. So you probably don't want to miss this season with BucosLocker. And I would like to see some new faces in the locker room. I know I got my troops, my powers and my C-banders, but
don't be shy, guys.
Don't be scared. I don't bite. Trust me. I'm a cool guy. A lot of people like I'm a cool guy. You know, I'm a cool guy.
We can have our differences, but it's all love.
Yeah. But other than that, shout out to everybody that came into the locker room and voiced your concerns. I'm not even gonna say opinions, but concerns and your thoughts. You know, I respect that, whether I like it or not. You know, and I'm always gonna respect people. You know what I'm saying? I'm always gonna respect that, even if I don't like what you're saying. We can laugh, we can have fun with it, but I'm never gonna be disrespectful unless you disrespect me. But we're gonna have a problem. But as you can see, this channel is not like that. But at the end of the day, we all family. We all represent the same team, and we all on the same mission, right? You know,
we all want the same thing.
We all want the same thing, Super Bowl. So let's not forget that. Whether we like each other or not, we all want a Super Bowl, another one. You know,
but hashtag another one.
Yeah, you know, and we're gonna come up with some. I got so many hashtags now. I'm able to run through all of them at the end, which is crazy. Might add another one at some point. That's a long hashtags, but get some shirts made for hashtags, right? Crazy. But other than that, man, you got anything else you want to say to everybody, or you want to close out? You know.
Yeah, real quick. Thank you guys for joining, and thank you for allowing me to speak my thoughts, Isaiah. All love in the community. You guys have fun. Have a safe weekend, and we'll see you soon.
Yes. So with that being said, folks, I want y'all to fire those cannons. Steelers fan. Thank you. Crosby Sweater. Thank you for coming into the locker room, man. I'm glad you enjoyed the show. Steelers fan. See, my reach is
all across the board. Bring them in.
It extends to other teams, as y'all can see. It's a fun channel. I like it. With that being said, I want y'all to fire those cannons, seize the day, raise a flag, Hashtag no risky, no biscuit. Hashtag facts over feelings. Hashtag bombs away. Hashtag stay humble. Hashtag what does your eyes tell you? And the hashtag probability versus possibility.
Now with Brady back, hashtag another one.
BucosLocker out. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Y'all have a safe night.
Peace, y'all.